Yeah. So usually, I mean, they start out with like a light blue pencil just because they're easy to erase. And they, when I scan them in, because I do a lot of my colors digital. So I draw everything traditional. I like paper and ink on my hands and they get messy. And then for like a lot of the prints and of course the comic I draw, I do all the colors on it too. I scan that in and I color digital because when I do traditional colors, I lose a lot of pigments when I would scan it in. I'm sure if I had a super fancy printer, that would not be the case, but it is for me. So I color digital. Mm. This one that we're doing here, and I really don't go, when I pencil something, I don't go super deep into it. I'll pencil it, but I'm the one inking, so I kind of know where I want to go with it. And so there's a lot of just kind of getting after it. And sometimes, you run into errors and that becomes part of the art. You got to figure out how to fix that and make it still look cool. So that's kind of what we've done here. Like I've done a very light pencil. It probably looks like Scribble Scrabble, but it will look like it's supposed to look soon. It's enough off of. So I guess, do we dive on in?
Yeah, man, go ahead. Don't let us stop you.
All right.
Let's do it.
What's the crazy things you got into the con?
Say that one more time.
I said, you were asking me what the craziest stuff I've seen at cons is. What's some of the things you've seen?
I've only been to a few cons, like 4 maybe. So have you seen some stuff? Let me think about that. I don't know. Is there any other con goers in here? Seen some crazy things?
I've only been to a few. I'm getting ready to go to one next month, but just different costumes and stuff. I've seen a Back to the Future car, but it was bitching because when I was checking it out, it actually had the opening credits song to Back to the Future playing out the sound system. Yeah,
that's cool.
Hit the spot.
Oh yeah, you'll definitely see some of that. The fun thing about some of those, like they're fun when you there was one I did where like some guys were dressed as Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and they walked around with like when did the movie come out? The 90s, 80s. They had an MC Hammer song, and so they had music playing when they walked by, which was really fun. Until the 45th time they'd walked by in 2 days, it was like, bro,
Vanilla Ice.
Vanilla Ice, yeah,
yeah.
Kind of throwing that up, but after like 3 straight days of that song, is like, man, I'm gonna need y'all to have a new soundtrack, man. We're gonna need a different tune to play.
My favorite cosplay that I've seen at any con was at Gen Con, which is a big board game convention in Indianapolis. I saw the Ghostbusters, but it was steampunk versions of the Ghostbusters. And the costumes were fabulous. I mean, I don't know how long it took them to create these costumes, but they were amazing.
Oh yeah, these people go all out making those. I know a few folks that do, and it's really impressive on its own. I don't know my process tools they use. This is a Kuretake kind of ink brush, so it's got real ink in it, but a brush tip. I tend to dig these.
Yeah, it's always interesting. We have a lot of, so far most of our live drawings have just been purely digital, so it's a treat when we get the traditional.
Yeah, I was that nerd. Like, I bought Todd McFarlane and Rob Liefeld had this old VHS where Stan Lee interviewed them and talked about what they did to draw, and like I studied that thing there's no telling how many times I watched it, but I always liked how that traditional ink looked. Like I was always in that a little bit more. Like even as I got older and more into comics from there, because I became obsessed from that moment. Some of the comics I dug the most were black and white, like Frank Miller's Sin City and the Crow comic book. There was all black and white, and I just love how that looked. I mean, could I do all this digital? Of course. And I have on some stuff, but I just enjoy doing it this way. Although, you mess up on this, different game than if you mess up digital.
Yeah.
So
I
if I'm
really
getting quiet,
miss. Sorry.
oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No.
I was just saying, I really miss that time period in the '90s where, man, all of the great covers, the special covers like the lenticular covers and the embossed covers and full covers and uh, just there were so many glow in the dark covers, just tons of that stuff. And I wish I could find more companies doing cards. I collected a bunch of those cards, and man, I miss the '90s.
It was cool stuff. I
Yeah.
remember I bought, when Image came out, it was like my mission, I guess, because being there for like the first of a company ever beginning, and it was all the artists I liked. I was like, I'm going to collect every comic they ever make. I was on a good pace for a while. Then it got to where I was like, yeah, okay, maybe I'm going to collect every comic.
I was the exact same way. And I mean, when Image was created, I mean, that was the biggest thing ever. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
it was groundbreaking, shook up the comics industry so badly. Loved it.
I did too.
Yeah, I was reconciling on my old comic book collections, and I believe that I almost had 1-for-1 of Image comics with everything else going on because I wanted the coolest looking, hottest thing out at the moment. And Image was delivering with all the different artists at the time and teams.
Oh, they definitely were. And they still are. I mean, now I'm more into the indie comics than I am what Marvel and DC are doing these days. Stuff like Boom Studios and Image, like they keep putting out stories that are interesting and original.
Yes, entirely. I'm with you there.
Yes. You read Spider-Man and Batman for enough years, which those would be my favorite. That's what, as a kid, my dad gave me a Spider-Man and Batman comic. So still to this day, they're on my pull list. But I felt like I've read these stories before when they put out a new issue. It's like, didn't this happen already?
Yeah.
And so
I was an X-Men guy. So, but the next one to that was always Spawn for me. So.
Definitely.
Yeah.
When I'm at shows like I don't know how many times I've drawn Spawn at this point because it's my favorite, and luckily a lot of people agree with it. so do a lot of Spawn. Ready for that new movie? You guys probably know more than I do. Is any word on that?
Well, Jamie Foxx had a stroke like a few days ago. Another one, so. Probably nothing anytime soon, I'd imagine.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah. He had to be resuscitated. It was pretty bad.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah. So,
oh, crap.
Al Simmons needs to, I don't know.
Man, I feel horrible. I didn't know that.
But I think Todd is always adamant about progressing it, and he does like to talk about it every time. We always get questions about it, and so they're working towards it. It'll happen.
Yeah, it sounds like it's definitely happening and in the works, but definitely unexpected, out of hand delay with many things in life. And they're also, I believe they still have in talks a TV show or TV series, like continuation off HBO. So hopefully one of those, if not the other, hits first. So
yeah, there's a lot of cool content.
Yeah, I definitely hope they do more of the animation. That show was great.
So classic how Todd speaks in front of it every episode. Now every time I see anyone else do it, I'm just like, oh, Todd did that first.
Yeah.
He did a lot of things first. Still does.
So Jason, you're also a music artist. If there was a specific song you had that you would recommend for one, if we had to, we were to check out one, what would it be?
Of my songs?
Yes.
Oh, okay, I didn't know if it's like bands I like.
No, I just was trying to. I want you to talk a little bit about what you do music wise.
I'm a '90s kid, so I mean, it's more of rock, rock stuff, in the vein of a Pearl Jam or Soundgarden, stuff like that. If you were to listen to my music on Spotify, it's just under my name, but I guess The Fire is the be a good one to start with if you like the rock stuff. Mm-hmm.
Let me post the link. Fire.
There you go, and it's a good rocking one.
Sweet.
Then if you're more laid back and you don't like rock stuff, I have a song called "Hold On" that's kind of real laid back and chill. And then if you like hip hop, I don't have any hip hop songs, so I'll recommend some artists you should listen to.
Yeah, what are some of your musicians that you take inspiration from?
Right. Do what?
What are some of the musicians you take inspiration from?
Well, I mentioned one of them, or two of them, Pearl Jam, Soundgarden. I was a '90s kid, so besides the Image comics and stuff that I grew up with, Pearl Jam was the band that made me want to pick up a guitar and start singing. So, and that's what I did for a long time. Was I traveled around and played shows, and I still play shows like crazy, but I used to tour a lot with it. And then,
Ooh.
Oh, that's a weed cough. That's definitely a weed cough if I've ever heard one.
Oh, sure.
That's a pipe hit right there.
What's your favorite thing about
Awesome.
Spawn to draw? Do you like why is your favorite character to draw, other than the fact that obviously he's badass?
Well, yeah, he's badass. That's the easy answer. Like I said earlier, just kind of I can't remember like what somebody told me 20 minutes ago, but I can remember being in 7th grade and Austin Morris, that's his name, like walked in and he had Spider-Man #1 and X-Force #1. And he handed them both to me, and like my mind was blown, especially with like Todd. Like, just what I liked about Todd's art was like it felt like it moved when you looked at it. Does that make sense? Like the poses were just like a lot of movement. It looked like it was kind of jumping off the page at you. Whereas comics before, they were smaller panels and just, they were cool, but not like that. Where you're getting these just, you get this scene with like his eye right here, just this really graphic, and just a normal person talking. It would just look so cool. And it just, I don't know, it just really inspired me. I was like, I want to do that.
Heck yeah. No, he definitely had some crazy like poses and joint movements that just tricked.
Then he had oh yeah. And then he had to ruin my life and put out all these cool toys for me to spend all my money on. No. So I still have like it's unbelievable how many like Spawn figures I have.
You should post some pictures in we'd love to the show off channel. You got them. Sure,
all right.
We'd love to see your collection.
Oh, it's a big one. Like I've got the Kickstarter one with the little sign nameplate that came with it, and a lot of the old ones, and then so many that like I've collected all the new stuff he's putting out of it, but they literally live in boxes in my closet because I just have nowhere to put them.
Yeah, after a while, there's just too much that you don't even take any of them out to look at them.
And it even goes for like the DC stuff he puts out too. Like, I've been really hunting the new stuff from the Flash movie he's got coming. And some guy, I don't know if you saw it at the Huntsville. He had the Batmobile and the Michael Keaton Batman, but he was wanting way too much for that when I know that I'll be able to find it soon. Easily. At least I hope.
Yeah, who's excited for this upcoming Flash movie? I think it's gonna be sweet. I'm just I'm curious if they're gonna keep Ezra Miller with all the shit that has come out with that about him, or if this is his last movie. Does anyone know?
Yeah, he's been on a roll.
Good question. Yeah, he's been on a tangent for a good half a year or years.
He's like, they're like, man, he did this. He's like, hold my beer, watch this. I'm gonna throw a chair at some person and threaten to kill some people. Like,
Channel is full. Hold on. What?
Glad I got here early then.
No, there's no way channel's full.
No way we've had more than this. Yeah.
Wait, yeah. There's
the channel's full. I figured I would have bored y'all by now. Wouldn't be that full.
What kind of pen are you using now?
This is I ordered it from Japan, so I don't know. I think it's a Pentel. It's a color brush. I know that's what it's called. I think it's made by Pentel, but there's a website, Jet Pens, or maybe, I don't know. But I ordered a bunch of them, so all the writing's in Japanese, but just a big brush paint. So for like these big areas of, I'm putting the blacks in there. Something to have plenty. If I was at the house, I've got big ink bottles and use regular brushes, but traveling around, these are good to kind of just
good travel brushes.
Kind of throw in there. So what y'all think is? Can you everybody see everything? Okay, I really kind of didn't look.
I think the bottom. It's either sacrificing the top portion or the bottom portion. You can't really.
Okay.
Unless you can zoom, like bring the camera up more, maybe.
So that's kind of what we got.
There we go.
Well,
sweet.
This might be perfect, but I'm standing up holding the stand right now. So. Yeah. Hold on. We can. I got something I can stack this on. I don't know.
Oh, no worries. Don't sweat. It's all right. Just
I'll kind of take and
whatever you're like actively working on, as long as it's in frame.
Can you see what I'm doing right now? No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. For sure. I like the hands.
Okay, you can see the hands because that's what I'm working on.
Maybe go down a little bit. Like screwed up the paper. Perfect. Yep. There we go.
That's it.
Channel's full? I don't actually.
Well, that's cool, I guess.
Yeah, still. Let me.
And this will get more detail in a minute. I'm just putting all this kind of really dark stuff in first. Kind of wondering if this, it'll be really loud at some point because there's a wedding staying at this hotel too. And they were wasted at 4:00 when I got here. So maybe they'll all come back, be partying in a minute.
The channel is full. What? Have we ever had this problem before? It's saying hold on. Maybe Discord. I'm gonna figure this out. Give me a sec. It's true.
That's cool.
Oh, I like what you're doing. Ooh. Nice. Wait, I need to find the other pencil you have.
Kind of make his eye, a skull, even though it's part of his costume, just kind of make it look alive.
How's everyone doing tonight, though? You guys been watching the draft?
I was earlier.
Nice.
Don't you live in Nashville?
Yep. But
Am I-
I'm not a Titans fan. Not a
You're
Titans
not?
fan. No. I'm a Vikings fan.
So I used to live in Nashville for 4 years. I don't know if we had this conversation. The music stuff, and till I had my kid and moved back to Mississippi, where I'm from. But I became a big Titans fan living there, and then they've not been great since. Well, they've been all right for the past couple of years, but I was there when McNair was there during those kind of days. So they drafted a quarterback. Does anybody know anything about that guy? Will Levis?
Yeah, I know he was super good. Yeah. So Discord only allows 25 people to be in the same voice channel while cameras are turned on. Uh-oh.
Oh.
Well, do you guys mind if we send it over to the stage? If we go over to a channel below us, we'll be able to fit
The
everybody
stage
in.
should go.
To the stage. Yeah, can we go? Can we migrate? Is that okay with everybody? Jason, you know the Artist Alley channel that we joined or the live?
Yeah.
Right
Yeah.
below it is the Odd Key Cafe. It's like a stage channel, so it's like a different. It's different.
Okay.
So if you don't mind, we
Hey,
can
what
hop over there.
happened?
We can only have 25
Why?
people in here at a time. I'll move everybody over manually, so you guys won't even know the difference.
Stage dive.
All right.
So just
Yep.
where we are, or do I?
No, yeah. If we can. Yeah,
Okay.
you have to join the stage.
Okay.
If you don't want to listen to me, because I cannot put your sister.
What's going on, everybody? Sorry for the momentary hiccup. What happened to Jason? Where'd he go? Welcome back over to the Odd Key Cafe, everybody, and we're back. Jason, I'm gonna invite you up onto the stage. And there's like should be a little thing at the top, perfect, and then we can turn your camera back on. And this is better than the other one because now we can have more than 25.
All right. Bear with me.
No worries, dude. Dang.
Oh,
Sorry.
my camera is grayed out. No video permission.
Oh, here. Let me. I put you on the team. Now try it.
There we go.
Perfect. Yep. Yep. But if you guys want to come up and hang out, feel free. I know it's not as.
Okay. Did it flip?
Yep. Boom. Perfect.
All right. Oop, I don't think it did.
It did. It did for us. It did for us. Oh, I guess if you turn it sideways, now we can get the full picture. No. Do you guys want the vertical so it covers everything, but it's sideways, or do you guys want which way do we want it?
Hold on, let's try this.
Tonight does count towards April's POAP as well, so we are taking screenshots. Just so everyone knows.
Is that good?
It's like very zoomed in. We can only see Spawn's eyes.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. If we could, do we want to keep it there? Boom.
Well, that's me standing up holding it again.
What it was originally was well, it worked.
Hey, there's a lamp there, buddy. What do you think? That's awesome. Okay. Can you see it pretty good? Or should I just flip it?
Yeah, whatever you had originally, it seems like.
How do I zoom out?
I don't.
Yeah, it's on a tripod.
Where was this? Is where it was originally? Because like it's a lot more zoomed in.
Yeah, that's where it was originally.
What the heck? Let me hop. Is there a
Let's
zoom
try.
setting? This is interesting. Pinch the phone screen, maybe. Is it? I don't know. I've never tried Discord Zoom capabilities.
Okay, here we go.
It looks good. Does it look good? Better on mobile? All right. Well, maybe just do it. Maybe it's us.
How's that look?
This looks good, everybody?
Let's see. I'm gonna try and just put something under the tripod to lift it up.
Everyone's saying it looks good on mobile, so maybe it's just computer. Maybe that's me. It's zoomed in for She-Spawn. Okay. Well, maybe it's.
Does that look better? On
Yeah,
my
we kinda got- we-
camera, I see everything.
Yeah, today's the perspective. He turned the camera on, I think. But on mobile, it's great. On computer, this was good. If it works good on mobile, yeah, just go for it.
Oh.
Okay, sweet.
Everybody's good to go?
Yeah, good to go. I think it's just on a computer, but it looks most people are on mobile anyways, so it works perfect.
All right.
Nice. Yeah, if folks want to come on up and hang out, ask some questions, get to know our guest. This piece will be going up as a 1-of-1 digital collectible, but also whoever gets the digital will be sent the physical. So pretty cool, unique experience. Man. Jason, this is your first time doing a digital collectible, isn't it?
Oh yeah. First time on Discord.
First time on Discord.
I don't think that's true. I've been on there for some other reason because I had friends when I got there. I don't remember.
Yeah, you already had an account when I met you. You just had to change the name.
Is Discord normally used for like video game channels?
Yeah, that's
what
definitely like the original popularity, but it's. I mean, you can really customize it to fit anything you really need.
I think that's what I had it for. I had a buddy that he's a big gamer and he was streaming like playing Minecraft. He's like, "Get in there and watch me." I'm like, "Could you play a more fun game?"
Whoa, don't knock Minecraft.
I'm kidding. He's like that, buddy. Like literally, all we do is give each other crap. So no matter what he did, it's like my job to harass him.
No, that's fair.
He comes and helps me at shows, and he's just like sits there and will harass me the whole time. And he's like, "Should I tell people to go over there so they can get some good art?" You know, just stuff like that. Making fun. We're so nice to each other.
Yeah, you gotta have a friend like that where it's just nothing but banter.
Oh yeah. I got to because every time he goes, he snores in the hotel, and I don't sleep. So,
Is he your con buddy?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Nice.
He started out as
5 cons a year is quite the number.
Yeah, I think it comes from doing music because years ago when I first started getting out there, like I would put out my own albums, and I was like, I'm not going to wait for anybody to notice me. I'll just go play everywhere I can and release music. And I kind of just took that same approach with putting my comic art out there, you know. Started working on that comic. The Ripper Gene was a friend of mine's brother's novel, and my friend passed, and I met his brother who saw it, and so it's kind of a little bit of an homage, us working together on it. We made the main character look like you know, my friend, his brother, and just kind of. So I was like, all right, well, if we're gonna put this comic out, I'm gonna drive everywhere around with it.
Yeah. So actually, you want to maybe talk a little bit about that comic?
Yeah.
For a little, for the people who don't know.
Yeah, it's we're up to I'm working the issue 4 right now. That's actually when I get off here with you guys. I'll probably stay up working on it in the hotel till I go to sleep. I got an early show tomorrow, and unfortunately, like I got to set up in the morning for it. Normally, you set up Friday, and then you get there, but it's gonna be a long day. But this comic, it was like I said, it was a novel. It's definitely like Silence of the Lambs meets Forensic Files. And it's about an FBI forensic detective discovers a gene throughout the serial killers in all time. And a modern day killer becomes obsessed with him, starts kidnapping his friends and family, and he's got to figure out this guy before it's too late, and he kills everybody he loves. You guys there?
Yes, sir. I was just letting you talk. Yeah, I posted some pictures of the cover in the chat. What's going on, Mark?
Is that my phone making music?
I don't hear music, so probably.
Yeah, it's like some song jamming.
You jamming out to some music while you're on?
No.
Mark's in the audience as well. I don't know if you got the chance to meet Mark Spears at the most recent con, but he was an artist there too.
I did not get a chance to meet him. It was a really good show. So I had intentions of going over there and meeting, but sometimes with the good shows you don't get to meet anybody because you're busy, which is a good thing.
Yeah, no, that was wasn't it like 18,000 or something people?
There was a lot of people there.
Galactic Chat says he has the music enabled in the chat.
So it didn't start any music. It just started playing while I was telling that story. I thought that was like the wrap up music because I was going too long. So it's like,
is it still playing?
Yeah, it's like an instrumental track.
What the heck? There's a button in the room. If you guys want to come on up and ask some questions and hang out, feel free, raise your hand. I can bring you up. Or if you have questions, you can type them in chat. There's a button for it. I'm looking for the button, Chad, and I don't know if I'm blind, but I can't see music button. Yeah. Oh, you might be right. Could be a mobile thing. Desker does have a few capabilities that are mobile only.
I thought it was like, in the award shows where they talk too much and they turn on the music to get on
the Jeopardy. Dude,
I thought I was telling a story and started kicking in. I'm like, all right, I'll wrap it up. I'll hurry up. Let me thank my mom for getting me on here. And
when you're starting a new piece, do you just kind of you plan it out on your head and sketch it, or do you give yourself a lot of freedom to kind of change it as you go?
Oop, you kind of cut in and out. What'd you say?
Oh, I was just wondering, like your creative process when you are starting a piece. Do you sketch it all out and then start it, or do you give yourself a lot of room to kind of change it as you go?
I give a lot of room to change it. Like I said, I really don't go very in depth with my pencils, because I'm usually the one inking it. So I kind of. I have the most fun inking it. I feel like it kind of comes to life there. So really when I'm drawing with a pencil, as you kind of saw with the blue line stuff, it was just really light. I'm really trying to just get the shape
rough.
Make sure nothing's too crazy out of whack. I mean, we're live, so there's not a whole lot of time. Like I will, pause, take a photo. Okay, this is like our music.
Yeah, don't you plan on coloring this tomorrow or something?
Yeah.
Or okay. Yeah, I mean, take all the time you want. Don't wait for. Don't worry about boring us. If people want to leave, they'll leave. If people want to stay, they'll stay. It's just how it works.
Oh, I'll go forever. Yeah, sorry about that. Evidently, my Apple Music decided just kick on some jams real quick. Was that coming on for you guys? Y'all could hear all that?
No, we couldn't hear it, but thank you, Chad, for trying to help out. What's going on, Mark? I see you popped up on stage.
What's up, guys? How's it going? Hey,
How you doing?
Jason. So I just got in the room. Did you say you was at the expo, Huntsville Expo?
Yeah, I was.
Oh man, sorry I didn't get the chance to see you. It was a wild
Maybe
show,
we were-
though, man.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, I've met plenty of people when it was real slow. So I was like, when we don't get to meet each other, it means it was a good show.
Yeah, that was man, that was crazy. And they're saying next year they're gonna have to expand it. That South Hall that was in won't contain it. So next year's gonna be even bigger. So man,
I'm here for.
yeah, that's my that's where I'm from, Huntsville area. So that's my backyard, man. So
That was my first time at that one.
Okay. Did you like Huntsville at all? Did you stay in Huntsville, or was you driving back and forth somewhere? Or?
No, I wasn't too far from the venue. No, I went to can't remember the place. It was like a bar, but they served only hamburgers, and it was really, really, really good. A lot of crazy decor. Like, it was a cool little town. I kind of wish I'd had more time to stay, but I kind of raced.
Yeah, it's a nice town, man. It's actually getting so crowded now. It's Huntsville was voted like #1 city to live in the U.S. last year or something, and then all of a sudden, just a flood of people started coming to Huntsville. So,
wow.
But yeah, it's really nice. It's grown up so much. I was born here, so it's changed a lot over the years. But in Alabama, we're like one of the bigger cities now. You know, there's Birmingham, Montgomery, Tuscaloosa, and then Huntsville is right up there with them now. So really nice. And that's like the biggest con in Alabama now. I would say in the Southeast, besides like MegaCon and stuff, 18,000. So that puts it up there. Not quite MegaCon, I think, is 80,000. But who knows? It might climb up to that one day.
Yeah, it was really cool. I had a good time. Seemed like an art crowd. Would I be wrong in saying that? Like, there a lot of people buying original pieces or having me do commissions there, which
yeah, it's a very it's just that way here. It's a little different. It's more art based, comic based. Even though the like special guests are more geared toward movies, cartoon voices, anime voices, things like that. But the actual con, the vendors and everything is more skewed toward artwork, right? And crafts. Yeah. If you saw that, I saw a couple of vendors selling like wood stuff and earrings, and so it's really interesting the type of stuff. But yeah, it's a very art centric city. So that was really nice.
I really dug it. I
Um,
had a
do
good.
do you do anything at all on digital, or are you just strictly pencil and ink kind of guy, or what?
No, I usually draw it like this, traditional, and then scan it in color digital. So, for example, I just did a spawn for just the other day. When I was coming on here, I was like, let me dust off my spawn skills and did a gun. So, like, I drew it pen and ink, and I don't know if this picks up in the camera.
Then you color it. I got you.
Yeah.
Do you like those kind of pens? I noticed you got that. I used to buy those, but I switched to that Faber Castle pens. I didn't like I kept breaking those the nips on it. It just kept breaking all the time on me.
Yeah, normally, honestly, I'll use a repeatograph with when I'm at the house, but I kind of started using some of these, and I've used Faber Castle, some of the Coke big little because the repeatograph, the clog up, like the ink will dry, like if you don't use it for a few days, and then I've got to use some kind of little thing to unclog it, and it just got real obnoxious. So trying to find some other pens. So you like the Faber Castle, you said?
Yeah, I switched to those probably, maybe 15 years ago. I used to buy those, the ones you have, they're tan, right? That's all I would get all the time. And I would say, especially the smaller ones, right? Now, that one's a little bit thicker, but I would use the .001 or whatever it is to get that fine detail. And
Yeah.
after one drawing, it would break, right? Or it would already be bent, if you know what I mean.
Okay.
So it's, I was going through too many of them. And the Faber-Castell, I thought those did better. I mean, I know there's lots of different ones out there. Do you ever use the brush on one of those? Like Faber-Castell has a brush. I've used it a couple of times. It's
what I use earlier, like with all that stuff, I use like these Kuretake brush pens.
Okay,
You see
yeah.
that?
Yeah. It's a lot better than trying to take a Sharpie around those certain lines, right? The brush will
Right.
fill it up a lot quicker, a lot better.
And it gives it cool lines too. Like
Yeah.
kind of
Something that you can't get with just a regular pen, you know?
Right,
That's why I wish I knew how to do the old school brushes, you know, like I know Todd can do that, and Jim Lee would do it sometimes, and some of those, masters that can do that, the actual old school brush, and you can get line weight on there you just cannot get any other way. But I never had the patience to learn all that, man. I want to get the drawing done, move on to the next one.
I mean,
But,
that's why I even penciling, like I'm real loose, because I'm like I know what's going to happen when I start doing the ink. So it's like I don't really do super detailed pencils, but
yeah, I think that's the way everybody is now with inking. The inks are on stuff. They're like, why waste the time putting the detail in on the pencils when I'm going to be the one to ink it, right? Because you
Yeah.
already know in your head where that stuff's going to go and the detail and stuff. So yeah, that's just the way, the new style of doing it now when you ink your own stuff.
and then every once in a while, every once in a while, I'll paint myself in a corner with it. I'm like, oh, all right. Well, now how can we figure out how to correct that? But
Yeah.
I have to fun of it too.
I was talking to someone at the expo, another artist, and I was telling them that I do mainly digital now. I still do pencil ink when I'm doing like sketch covers and stuff like that. And he was saying, well, Mark, I'll never switch to pure digital because I still own so much of the artwork, right? Like this piece, if you scan it in, you color it, and say you sell that piece or something, or it was for a cover, you still have and own the original that you can also still sell. And that's still that's neat. I might have to adopt something like that, because when you do a lot of work, you're allowed to keep the originals usually. And if there is no original, then you're just, out of luck. So
Right.
it's great to still do the pencil and ink. I do a lot of, sometimes I'll do my outlines, like my sketches, like thumbnail kind of things on paper, and go, okay.
Oop, I lost you.
Hear me now?
Yeah,
You there?
No, I can hear you. Oh, maybe not. You can hear me, Jason, right?
And then
I can hear you. I lost
Okay.
Mark when he was telling the story.
might just be back connection. Can you hear me, Remy?
Yes, sir. Now I can hear you.
There you are.
Okay.
Yeah, welcome
I
back.
don't know. It's back connection or something. Might be my internet. Who knows?
Just a little glitch or something.
Well, I
All
worry.
right, man. Yeah, I just want to. Go ahead.
I was going to say I was worried it was my internet because I'm kind of in the middle of nowhere tonight.
Well, I'll blame it on you then. Let's just do that.
Let's go with that.
All right, man. I'm going to take off, dude. I got something I have to go do, but I said, man, I want to jump on, and I knew that you was going to be here tonight. I want to say hi.
Man, doing it.
Great, man. Love it. That's fun. That's awesome. I want to shout out, because I've got to be gone for the next hour. Ric Flair will get up here and talk, man. Don't believe a word that man says. Because I don't really think it's Ric Flair. I really don't.
You don't think it's Ric Flair?
I don't think it's Ric Flair. So don't believe a word he says.
Okay.
But Hey, this is Jason. I welcome you back after tonight, man. Anytime you want to stop by, it's a great community. I found it out about back in March. Some great people in here, man. Cheese Spawn, Ric Flair, Remy, King. I don't want to read them all, but I'll go down the list. Let's see. I don't know you. Nature Boy's awesome. Nature Boy, I got to write you back, man. I got to get your stuff to you. I like them all, man. Every one of them in here tonight. These are awesome people. They're just really genuine, and they're just awesome. They love to learn about artwork and the process and stuff. And I invite you back, man. Anytime you don't want to even just draw, you just want to get in here and chat. There's some awesome dudes in here and girls. I want to say all girls. Awesome people. I'll put it that way. Awesome people. So.
Oh, man. Yeah.
All right, man. I'll let you tell it. This is awesome.
All right, brother. Appreciate it. Sorry I didn't get to meet you in person, but
we'll catch up another day. Well, if not next year, we'll see each other at Huntsville Expo. If I don't see you before then.
Well, I had you on the Instagram and chatted you there.
Oh yeah, sounds good, man.
All right, appreciate it, brother.
All right, see you.
See you, man.
Thanks, Mark. I appreciate you coming up. Thanks for the nice words as well. Yeah, we got a community here just to people who appreciate art. We like to showcase artists, and no matter the platform, just
I appreciate y'all here tonight.
Heck yeah, man. It's been fun.
All right, well, I'm going to color this guy.
Let's do it.
I'll color digitally too, but this way, whoever gets the original, it'll actually be, it won't just be black and white. What are we thinking so far? Everybody digging it? Only answer if you like it. Yeah.
Yeah. People in chat have been, I'm loving it.
Yeah, only if you like it. If you don't,
there is a problem with people with the trade-off, man. See, the Artist Alley, everyone can talk, no problem. But everyone here people have to come up on a stage. And right now, Discord has a bad update where people on mobile can't come up on stage.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, and most people are on mobile, so they're appreciating the art from a distance and typing in chat. So,
guys, like I said, it's my first time to do one of these. I was like, man, everybody's so quiet and polite.
No, we got 32 people in the audience just watching you draw, man. Shout out to everyone in here. Oh yeah, now we're getting some sweet color. This is sweet. I'm excited. Whoever gets the digital gets the physical. This is our first one we're doing like this. And for people who are actually familiar, at the last live drawing we did with Art Jedi, he will also be doing it as well. So we'll have two really awesome pieces from two great artists going out.
And you'll have some art for me too. So
come on, don't sell yourself short. Come on now.
Oh no, man, I make jokes.
That's fair. Some gray. Chico. Yeah, but if you're on PC, feel free to come on up and chat. I know your mobile. You guys on mobile got screwed. It's all right. Next time. Yeah, it's baffling. Yeah, Ric Flair hopped in right as Mark started talking about him. That's funny. He heard him.
He was saying it was the real Ric Flair, and I should believe everything you said.
That's exactly what he said.
It was something like that.
It was good seeing Rick too at the con as well. He was there. Maybe if you go to the next Huntsville con, I'm sure he'll be at the next one too. So yeah, and you'll see whether or not he's telling the truth.
I've never met the real Ric Flair, so I'll probably believe it. Although my light got saved by Sting one time. This is a true story. You were asking me about con stories.
Yes, let's hear it. This is crazy.
I was at a show in Birmingham, Alabama, and getting coffee, the last day. And there was a lady in there, those, like how dog leashes lock. And she had a little chihuahua. And I was ordering, I wasn't really paying any attention. And she had locked it, but she was kind of across the room. So you see the scenario playing out here. We have a tightrope. So I step back and hit the line and go backwards like I'm falling. And this guy catches me. And he's like, "Oh, careful, man." And I look up, and the whole time before, I'm looking at this guy. I'm like, "Man, he looks real familiar," but he didn't have his face paint on. But it was Sting, because when I got to the show, his booth was right across from my table. I'm like, "That was damn Sting saved my life this morning." So it was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's surprising. All right, so how often does Sting go to cons?
It seems like he's at a bunch of them. At least where, I'm from the South, so I do a lot of shows down, different parts down here, and he's in a lot of those where they have wrestlers. This is fun. Thank y'all for having me on here. Seriously.
Yeah, man. It's been a good time. You've drawn a sweet piece. Thanks for spending your Friday night with us.
Well, I would be in a hotel watching bad TV otherwise.
If you guys have any questions and you're on mobile and can't come up, feel free to type them out. Get to know more about our guest.
Yeah, I've got my phone hovering above my head, so if you'll read them to me.
Oh, yeah. People are chatting, but it's about random things. We got people are talking about meeting Ric Flair. Met Ric Flair when I lived in Charlotte. He had a black Jack Mulligan. Came into a 7-Eleven for some OJ for their vodka. That sounds like Ric Flair.
Woo!
Woo! What kind of pens do you use for your coloring?
These are Copic markers,
Okay.
which they're kind of refillable alcohol markers, which they're fun. You can do a lot with them. I'm just kind of putting some grays in before I put colors, and if I
like shadowing and stuff.
Yeah, just kind of create some depth before the grays will bleed through the colors. To give some shadowing, and I'm not really trying to be real meticulous with this, just kind of create the shadows I want. And I'll do some, a different tone of gray here in a minute too.
Also, a quick reminder for everybody in the audience, we had our art competition wrap up today, so make sure you go check out all of the submissions for the art contest. It's in a channel called Art Contest Vote under General Community. You can scroll through and vote for your favorite pieces. There's a lot of cool art there, so definitely go check it out. We got some talented people in this community. Man, this piece is gonna come out so sweet. Question: do you enjoy any fantasy artists like Joe Jesko, Michael Whelan, Boris, Julie, Hildebrandt?
I'm not familiar with those. There's a few that I do like. I'm trying to think. So I'm 44, right? I swear this past year I had this new problem where like I could know the answer all day, and then you ask me something and I go completely blank, and I just had that because I'm trying to think of the artists that I really like. Oh crap! It'll come to me like 2 a.m.
Yeah.
I mean, in recent years, how about I answer that question? I mean, I know it's not the same question, but I'll answer with artists I do like. How about that? That I'm big fans of. I mean, I like a lot of artists, but I'm a bit, obviously, we already went over that I'm a huge Tom McFarlane fan from when I was a teenager. Pretty much all those Image guys started out. There wasn't one I really disliked out of that bunch. So those are like my nostalgic ones, but big Scotty Young fan. Jim Mahfood's I'm a big fan of. Mateo Scalera, are you guys familiar with any of those guys?
I personally am not, but I'm sure a few people in the audience are.
James Obar, the creator of The Crow, really big fan of his. With their to meet him last year, if anything, from like doing these shows, I'm just a big nerd of all this stuff. Like I said, I buy toys. I still get comics every week, and go to the So I've just enjoyed getting to meet some of these people that I'm a big fan of. I haven't been to a show yet where any of those 90s guys that I grew up. Well, that's not true. I met Greg Capullo. I'm a fan of him. I met him and Mark Silvestri last year. I did Fan Expo Chicago. They were at. And then
That's cool. That's really cool.
Met James O'Barr, the creator of The Crow, last year in Memphis. So I met
how often are you like able to meet all the people, like the celebrities and stuff, at the cons you're going to, since you're going to so many?
Celebrities, not very often. I kind of joke, like if I meet a celebrity at a show, that means it wasn't really going good. You know, I had plenty of time to walk around and do nothing.
Yeah,
but there's been those, but I've gotten to meet a few. I met Mario Lopez. He actually bought some of my prints from me. That was kind of cool. And then met Corey Taylor of Slipknot. As a music fan, that was, you know, I was like, whoa. He was at one of the cons signing, so that was really cool.
It's always so interesting seeing all the like when I go to look at a new con, just the variety of guests. It's people you just like, oh my gosh, person does this.
Yeah, I don't know a lot of voice actors, unfortunately. So a lot of times, like I don't know who they are. But I've gotten to meet some of those.
Mm-hmm.
I met the Power Rangers. So I guess at my age, like Power Rangers kind of came as I was a teenager, you know, an older teenager, learning how to play guitar and starting to do that thing. So I wasn't a big Power Rangers guy. And so I got to meet some of them. They came by my booth and were, they got some of my prints. And I usually, you bought stuff from me. I like to take pictures. Everybody gets art from me because it helps. I just like it, you know, kind of cool. That's my thing. But so you know, I'm like, hey, can I take your picture? And they're like, yeah. Do you want to get in it? And I don't get asked that part very often. So I was like, sure, yeah. And this guy came up to take the photo, and his hands were shaking. I was like, well, that's weird. And I guess they kind of clued in on it, so they turned over. They're like, we're the Power Rangers. And I was like, oh. And I felt like an idiot.
Oh, we're the Power. Oh, is it the whole squad?
Well, it was to the Yellow Ranger and the pink one.
Wow.
But not Amy, Joe, the other one, Catherine.
The Power Rangers bought some prints. That's pretty cool. That's cool.
That's very cool. Yeah, but I felt like, you know, kind of like an idiot. I'm like, oh, I knew that.
I'm sure they wouldn't expect people to just know who they are. But that's funny that they said they turned it around. The Uno reverse card. You want to get in it?
Yeah. Okay, why not? I just thought they were really nice ladies, but turns out
there's a new Power Rangers movie on Netflix. I haven't watched it, but I don't know if it's good. But it's coming back. A new Netflix movie. It's bad. Okay. all right. That's all I needed to hear. Don't watch. It's bad. Don't watch. That was the first response I got.
Thank you. That saved us all some time.
I don't think I was ever gonna go back and watch a Netflix Power Rangers. Can we get a quick full view for PC viewers? Yeah, that'd be cool. Would you mind maybe lifting up the tripod a little bit?
Yeah.
Just for us PC viewers. Yeah.
Can y'all see?
You gotta go back a little more. Yeah. There we go.
Make sure I'm wearing pants. Okay, cool.
Is it above your head?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm standing up.
That's funny. Wow. Okay. Yeah, we kind of get the full picture. That's awesome.
All right. We're gonna also this is King Spawn, so we're gonna have like I didn't ink that because I want the flames of this crown I'm gonna do to just be color.
Oh. So we'll get it'll be a whole different.
Yeah, I wrestled on what. Oh yeah, I wrestled with which one to done. I forgot how to English just then. I wrestled with which one to do because I've done plenty of just normal Spawn. I've done plenty of Gunslinger, but I had never done medieval. But then I didn't want to take up your entire Friday night. So I was like, let's just do King Spawn. We'll do a cool crown. Kind of make it a flaming crown, almost kind of like, Hellboy's a little bit. Almost ready to go. Start putting in the real color here.
Shout out to everyone in the audience. I know people on mobile can't. Is there not a way to even get around it? No way to jerry rig it? That's sad. I know more people would like to come up and hang out, but if you guys want to ask some questions, definitely just type them out. Do you watch a lot of shows and movies, or?
Oh yeah.
What's your favorite genre? Yeah, let me start there.
Ooh, I'm definitely a horror fan.
Okay.
I mean, I'm the typical every superhero movie that comes out or show, I'll watch it. Star Wars. I watch a lot of anime nowadays.
So basically, all the good stuff.
Yeah, everything. I'm like a equal opportunity nerd. Like what? Get throw it my way. I'm in.
Someone asks if you like the new Evil Dead.
So I have not seen it. It came out last weekend when we were in Huntsville, and I tried to get like artist buddies that were at that show. I'm like, hey, let's go see it. And they were, oh, we got to work. We're busy. We're gonna draw all night. So then I felt guilty. So I was like, yeah, I do too. So
yeah, you're right. You're probably right.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's like, oh, we're gonna be working all night, slacker. So I was like, oh, yeah.
It's like, oh, had to go there, man. I just wanted to see a movie.
So my plan, this is, like I said, this is kind of a small town show. It's like a 1-day thing tomorrow. I'm going to do that. I'm not too far from where I live, so I'm going to drive home after it. And that's my plan is Sunday. I'm Southern, y'all. So it comes out, some of my words come out weird. Sunday night, I'm going to go see it. I haven't seen the Mario movie either, so I kind of was like, maybe I should just hit Mario and then do the old sneakaroo to the next one.
Oh, that's a good move. That's not a bad idea.
Catch them both.
If you are on PC and you actually like shift the server so his screen becomes a pop out, you actually can get the full view. So if you want a sneak peek what the mobile looks like on PC, you got to go to the super minimized version in order to see the full piece. You said that you been watching a lot of anime recently. Is there any particular ones that you're a fan of?
Well, I used to read manga, and so I was into a lot of like Afro Samurai and Akira back in the day, but I really am late to the anime party in recent years. So I started with Demon Slayer because I was like, well, it's 2 seasons. Well, actually, I started with One Piece and saw there was like...
That's a hefty start.
Yeah, I was like, oh, there's only like 8 million episodes. I'll never catch up. So then I saw Demon Slayer was like, at the time was 1 season. I'm like, there we go. I can join in. But then I switched to Jujutsu Kaisen. I watched Spy Family. I dug it. Okay. Naruto.
Classics.
Yeah.
Those
Dragon Ball. All the Dragon Ball.
Have you seen Chainsaw Man?
I have. I've read it too. I still.
Oh, you read it. You read it. How? I've actually never read manga of it before. How similar is it? Is it basically just like the exact same? Or is it?
Chainsaw Man, like almost verbatim.
Okay.
A lot of them they changed. Like I read Berserk, and then I tried to watch the show, and I was like, "Are we using the same material here?" Like, because what I read and what this is 2 different things.
Yeah, usually when they follow the source material, it's better. So
yeah,
I'm not a fan of when they change a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, you and me kind of joked at the con about Chainsaw Man. It's like a strange show.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I know it's a little for boobs.
Hey man, whatever works for him.
Yeah,
I don't blame him.
He's got a singular mission:
funny.
To touch food.
Jujutsu Kaisen was also really good. I thought it was basically kind of like it's very similar to Naruto in my opinion, just like at the style.
There's a lot of them that are the same. I'm like, you're a high school that teaches you how to fight zombies, ghouls, ghosts, demons.
Yeah.
I mean, but they're still fun.
I'm watching one right now on Netflix called Magi. It's pretty good. The Promised Neverland. Is that the one with the orphans? And then it just gets crazy. I haven't watched it. I watched the first episode, but I know King Parzival here on stage watched it. The Promised Neverland.
Is this marker like making really obnoxious noises?
No, we can't even hear it.
Okay. I did a live like on my Instagram one time. A buddy of mine was like, dude, you were killing us with that squeaky sound.
That's funny. This is really coming together with the colors. Yeah, it's gonna be a whole different piece after you digitally color it.
Oh yeah, we kind of pump up some of those colors. I can make the flame,
It's about young kids and they find out they're just cattle. Oh, that's sad.
Oh wow, it's a happy show.
There's so many animes out there, man. It's crazy.
It's too many to keep up with. So
There's so many.
I've probably watched a good chunk of all of them, but then I will get distracted and I'll be like, oh, well, I never watched this. Let me just put on an episode. And then next thing I watch half of that. And so I've only finished a few, but I'm about half.
Attack on Titans.
Yeah, I did the same thing with it. I got about halfway through the first season.
Man, they just keep teasing us with like series finales. We've had like 4 series finales by now, and it's still not over. So you got time.
It seems like it. But I'm with the traveling stuff and always drawing, and then when I'm not drawing, I'm usually playing live somewhere, playing music. So that's kind of my deal too. It's like I just don't have enough time.
Yeah, you got 2 mediums you got to keep up with. 2 art mediums.
Yeah, but they're fun.
And you're good at them, so.
There's worse things to do. I've had those jobs. Like I used to sell chemicals door to door for businesses. So like I'd walk around these huge all these little towns with like 2 suitcases full of chemicals.
What kind of chemicals?
Like every chemical. I almost like we had one that was like a sink clogger, but it was like industrial grade chemicals. And you would basically create a clog in this like little, measuring cup. And then you'd put these chemicals in. Well, those chemicals are very dangerous if you forget that you did another demonstration in there, like I did. And so this poor guy one time. But and that job actually gave me a hernia too from carrying all those chemicals. You just walk all over. So I had to have surgery thanks to that one.
That's crazy. Just a bunch of. So it's just a company straight for selling just a bunch of different kinds of chemicals.
Oh yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, it was. So all that to say, I enjoy what I do these days a lot better than that.
Oh, I can imagine.
But you live in Nashville. I used to when I lived there, I waited tables at Marigo and West End.
How long ago was that?
Oh man, I think I've been moved out of Nashville since 2007.
It's getting crazy here. From what I mean, I haven't been here too long, but it's crazy now. So, and people tell me that like 10 years ago it was not like this. So
that is true. I come up there. Like I said, I did become a Titans fan living there because I like disappointment. And so, but I still come up I'm coming up for Nashville Comic Con and I come up there, see a game. So I come up there 2 or 3 times a year. And it changes so much that I almost don't recognize places I know well when I come back. I'm like, wait a minute, when did this get here?
Dude, yeah, just from I've been here, it's changed drastically. And I've only been here less than a year, so.
Well, Broadway, when I lived there, to my memory, now granted, in those days, I like to have a few cocktails, so it's a fuzzy memory. But I want to say those bars were. Oh, can y'all still see it? I started moving it to do something.
Yeah, we can see it. Now we got the top part for PC.
All right, I'm gonna move it right back where it was. I just wanted to put some stuff in there. But as far as my memory is, those bars were all one story back then. Now they're like 4 stories, and there's bands on every which level.
Oh yeah, every single bar has a rooftop. Yeah, it's hectic on Broadway. Man, this is really coming together, Jason.
Thank you, thank you.
Shout out to everyone here on their Friday night. I know a lot of people can't come up because of the mobile. Hopefully, we'll have to contact Discord support and see if they can't get that fixed.
Hi.
Oh, what's up, Raul?
Hi, Ren. Hi, Jason. And hi, Kim Parcel. Sorry. I had one question for you, Jason. What do you feel when you draw for many people in life? Is as
You okay, Raul? What were you trying to say?
yes, sorry.
No, you're good. Go ahead and repeat it.
Yeah. What I
Don't worry.
feel when drawing for many people. What were you saying?
Just
Like, how does he feel when drawing in front of people?
for drawing in life. I sorry. I don't know if you.
Don't worry, Raul. We can't even. I can't speak 2 languages, so don't. What? Go ahead and try to ask again. Drawing in ink?
No, drawing life. For I don't know if JB's can translate my question. Sorry for that.
Oh yeah, Jabizo's here. He can either hop on up or type it out if you want to say it in Spanish, and then he can translate. Putting some pinks on it though. That's
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna mix a bunch of different ones. Kind of give a cool lighting on it.
Go ahead, Raul. Jabizo's coming up on stage. Perfect. I hope he's not on mobile. I think Raul's gonna type it out. No worries. What made you go with the pink?
Well, I'm gonna blend it in with other things, so it'll kind of look a lighting thing.
Nice.
Here, I'll show you. I kind of did with the digital colors I did on that gunslinger. I don't know how this looks. So that's the one I did the other night. So kind of.
Oh, I see.
Okay. Got a little blurry from my end, but it just kind of looks like light hidden. Of course, that's digital, and these are markers. So let's see if that same. That's kind of what I meant about like every once in a while. I was like, oh, okay, well that didn't work like I thought it would. So
Raul's question was, what does it feel like to draw in front of so many people, and kind of on top of that, since you're doing inks, mistakes are more costly than digital.
I feel like I'm just kind of hanging out with some folks. I don't know if you're in here earlier. So when I'm not doing art, I play music in front of people. And I've done that since I was 14 years old. I was playing live shows. So I think just maybe from that, I don't know. Like I don't feel nervous.
Used to the stage.
Yeah, used to the stage. And then like I said, it's kind of fun for me if I screw something up, like I didn't point it out, but because I was inking, and normally at home, when I have plenty of time to work on a piece, I'll ink something and go away from it till it's dry. And I kind of doing the live thing, wasn't paying attention, and the palm of my hand hit some of this wet ink, and there's a finger mark here. But then I just kind of smeared it out to where it looks like a shadow. So you kind of learn little tricks of, all right, well, that messed up, but here's a way to turn it into something cool. If that makes sense.
Yeah, happy accident.
Yeah. I don't know. I kind of dig this doing it live. I've done it in like some bar settings where there's like a DJ and then we put a big canvas up.
Wow.
And that's a lot of fun. And when you show up there, like it's a canvas and you have paint, and that's more stressful than these inks, I will say. Yeah.
That's pretty cool. They got some music going. Maybe I wish we could get some music going in the back, but Discord's bot messed up and they won't let us use music anymore.
Yeah, you can't. I mean, that's normally how I do these things. I have music's a big part of my life, so I have usually have it jamming, and I play, drawing well into the night. And I've done a few, I'll go live on my Instagram or Facebook or whatever. And I found out the hard way that that's a quick way for your live video to end, is to have somebody else's music go. Oh yeah, copyright law. I forgot about that.
But Rolf, did he answer your question?
Yes, thank you for answering my question. And the draw are so amazing, so cool.
Thank you. I appreciate you asking it, my friend.
Yeah, I appreciate you coming up, Raw, as always. And Raw had a sweet submission in the art contest as well. So make sure you guys are going checking out all the pieces submitted by everyone, because there was a lot of cool stuff, a lot of art. So,
that's awesome. Yeah, man. Thank you for having me in here. Like,
heck yeah, man. This has been fun.
Go check that out and check out more about it.
Yeah, and we'll be posting this. We'll post this live drawing on YouTube, and then when we create the NFT, there'll be the link to the video of it being created, basically in the metadata, so like everyone can see it. And so basically, you get to see the piece being created. It's kind of a cool little feature.
Oh, that's real cool.
Go down in odd key history forever. Someone asks, what do you listen to when you have a few drinks and hit the canvas?
So my musical taste is all over the place. So it really depends. I mean, sometimes it's hip hop, like older hip hop. So, and then sometimes it's anywhere from metal to hard rock to jazz to old 70s funk. I don't listen to a lot of country. That's probably easier for me to say what I don't listen to, but just something with a good groove, something that kind of moves. Especially because I'm a night owl, so I'm not doing this stuff at 6 a.m. Like I wish I do a lot of commissions for people, and I'll send them sketches, and they usually their response is, "Do you sleep? Because you sent me this at 4:30 in the morning."
Yeah, it seems like a lot of artists are night owls, and they find their groove. I guess it is the most peaceful time to do it.
It is, yeah.
Zone out and get lost in the drawing.
Yeah, I've always been away. I mean, like I said, I mean, I play music, so many years of playing in bars. That's how my brain likes. It's time of day my brain likes.
Yeah. BK asks if you have a white pen, if you have accidental cover-ups you need to do.
I do. Usually I have a bottle of like white touch-up ink that I'll use if like I've messed this up tremendously. There's no fixing this or turning it into a happy accident. Some of these gel pens are cool, although it seems like I brought one that's pretty much going out, which I was going to try and put little. Oh, there it goes. I guess maybe it just needed to put little details on it.
What's going on, Viper? Viper asks, What's our favorite ice cream? That's a good question. I actually have some Ben and Jerry's in the freezer waiting for me.
I'm
Big ice-
boring.
You're a boring ice cream guy?
Yeah, I'm like vanilla, like some chocolate syrup on it.
I mean, that's fair.
Oh.
It's classic. But have you ever like tried at least some of the crazy
Oh.
concoctions Ben and Jerry comes up with?
Oh yeah. You know, like if you find a cool ice cream, joint, like I'll try anything.
Fair.
I haven't met one I don't like.
It's hard.
I'm not a big,
It's really hard to mess up ice cream.
right, exactly. It's like, yeah, whatever you got. But the go-to is vanilla with chocolate.
But what's going on, Aiden? It's good to see you in here. Hope everyone's having a good night.
Yeah,
Your
this is,
answers. Now, how about the pizza topping? Don't tell me you're a pineapple guy on pizza, Jason.
I'm not.
Oh, thank God. We can continue. We can keep doing this.
I mean, I'm whatever meat you got. I could eat a lot healthier. Have you? I mean, maybe this is. I've just lived under a cave forever and just experienced this. But I did a show in Rogers, Arkansas, which is close to where Walmart was created. And there was some restaurant we went to where they put this like really spicy honey on all the pizza. Have y'all had that before?
Spicy honey on? No. Doesn't sound bad though.
That is the way to go. Like it has like a little tang, but it's kind of sweet too. And you put it like pepperoni pizza or any kind of pizza. It's really cool.
Yeah, that sounds good. A little bit of spicy honey.
Mm.
Walmart was founded in Arkansas.
Yeah, Bentonville, or maybe I'm saying the wrong name there, but
Rogers.
it's right.
Bentonville. Yeah, you're right, Bentonville.
Okay, Bentonville. Yeah.
Wow.
And let me tell you, if you need to find a Walmart up there and you put it in a GPS, just know you're going to get a lot more than you asked for. They have a concert venue. They have a outdoor arena, and they're all called Walmart. They're not called Walmart Arena in the GPS. I had to get a table for the show. I think I drove around aimlessly for 4 hours trying to find the normal Walmart. I'm just going to erase all this and just kind of leave the residue so I can know where to go with it.
What kind of canvas are you using? Paper.
This is 11 by 17 Bristol board.
Nice.
Kind of the standard.
Yeah.
What you make your comic books with?
I have to minimize it in order to get the full view, so I can't appreciate it in its full glory.
Then they take a timeout and lift it up again?
No, I say finish what you're doing right here because then after wait, hold on, let me see if I can even see it. Yeah, we can't see what you're doing on PC, so it'll be a surprise.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I think it's just some Discord, man. They got to fix their stuff.
I can't speak to that. My first time on Discord.
It's not your fault. It's Discord's fault. We'll blame them. They're not even here, so it's perfect.
Totally my fault. I screwed up Discord. Screwed up the Titans when I became a fan, and
hey, man, have the Titans won a Super Bowl?
No, they got 1 yard short from it. They made him give out Kirk Cousins like a year ago, and friends of mine are like, "Are you gonna go see it? It looks good." I'm like, no, I don't know how that movie ends when he wins the Super Bowl by us being 1 yard short. So I don't think I want to go out there.
Yeah, I'm a Vikings fan, so it's not much better. 0 Super Bowls.
Hey man, one day we'll get there.
That's the name of the game. It's just around the next corner. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I just hope I'm not 95 years old and can't really get into it and celebrate the win. I have
That'd be tragic.
Yeah, like
You get so excited, but your body doesn't respond.
yeah, I can't jump up and scream like I normally would. I'm just like jello going down my chin and
What's the dream car for us? Ooh, I don't know. I really like Raptors. A big Ford Raptor guy. Do you have a favorite car, Jason?
Huh. Yeah, that's a tough question. I haven't thought about that one. I feel like I'm boring with these answers. So no, I don't, because my cars are almost like work vehicles because they're carrying all my art stuff and all
Yeah, you need
to
storage.
show or my music equipment. So it's like I can't be like, yeah, I need him to give me a Corvette because that's not carrying anything.
Well, yeah, but what's your work aside dream vehicle? You know, and don't think about the logistics.
You know what?
Think about the
I
actual
know-
like. All right, I want this freaking car.
I'm a big nerd, so I'm gonna go with DeLorean.
Wow.
I know a guy who owns one. And it's the coolest thing ever. Although it wasn't a great car, so half the time it didn't work. But it's still cool.
Yeah.
And he's a like a mortgage guy, so like he makes great money. He quite honestly bought this car just for a Halloween costume.
That's commitment.
I need that kind of money in my life. I'm gonna have
buy the DeLorean just for one Halloween.
Yeah, he went to a Halloween party. It was to win. I was like, think you won.
The Nature Boy says Calvo Motorsports CM 1800 twin turbo Gen V Viper. Let me just throw that into Google.
I was gonna say, I don't know.
I can't say I know that off top. Wow. Okay. I don't know if you can check chats, but I'm going to post a picture of it because it's pretty clean. Putting some yellow there.
Yeah, I think you were saying you couldn't see what I was working on just then. So this is like a highlight of that. Highlight of that.
I hope the Nature Boy didn't butcher it by posting the wrong vehicle, but that's what I got off.
Well, I believe him. Whatever he says, I believe him.
Man, this is really sweet. I'm excited for whoever gets the who wins the auction of this piece. We got a rewards. We got a rewards currency in here. So if you own any odd key collectibles, so covers from Todd, animated covers, or then you guys know, you can actually generate this rewards token. But we also do team events. So we got 2 teams in here, Scorched and Gunslingers, and we do trivia, fight night, Jeopardy. And that's the other way to earn OCT. And then we do really cool stuff like this, only in OCT, kind of as a way to reward the community and people are here hanging out. Oh, that nice extra layer of red.
I mean, gives it a little orangey tint, kind of.
Mm-hmm. She Spawn already said it. Yeah. If She Spawn says it's his and he wants it, it's probably his. Jason, how long do you usually take on a piece?
3 or 4 hours. So, well, let's rephrase. I think it's 3 or 4 hours. I put on music, and I look up and I go, oh crap, it's 3 a.m. And then that's when I stop.
That's a good gauge, you know.
Yeah, I'm like, oh wow, it's really late now. We're nearing the end here. Everybody's still hanging in there, not getting bored.
We're all here. We got 33 people in the audience just hanging out, watching you draw, man.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Good.
If you guys want to come up on stage, feel free to raise your hand.
Unless I owe you money, don't come on stage. It's another dad joke for y'all tonight.
Ooh, wow, that blue gives it the contrast.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, getting up right next to that orange.
Yeah, I kind of see the flaming crown there. And we'll do some other cool stuff here in a minute for that.
I appreciate you moving the camera up so we can actually watch it. This is like perfect positioning for the PC.
Okay, cool.
This color panel is insane. Yeah, he's got a bunch of different colors. How many freaking travel brushes did you bring?
I'll show you all in a minute. I've got this container that for just the markers which ironically is made in. I'm from Mississippi, and I found out the people who make this that shipped it to me live not live, but I guess they live, but their shop that they make these was like 5 miles away. And I'll tell you that part of the story to tell you it took me like 2 weeks to get it to ship to like I was like, hell, if I knew you were down the street, I just drove over there.
Yeah, what the heck? That's hilarious. I'm assuming you just drive down there now.
Yeah, well, I haven't needed a second one yet, but they might. I don't know. Can y'all still see everything?
Yep.
Kind of moving on to a different part of it. But I think they make them. Like it's very ma and pa handmade kind of deal. But it literally, I think, can hold 300 to 400 markers in it.
Wow.
Or maybe, somewhere in that. A lot of them. In case my Google's like,
does it have every freaking color palette pretty much?
I got a bunch. I mean, there's still more I need to find, but yeah, it's got a bunch. Because I had different shadings, digital, like, infinite color patterns. So, go kind of crazy with it.
Pop Gorgia says Ryan Otley is going to be doing signings at your local Comic-Con on Free Comic Book Day. That's pretty sweet.
Where?
Where is that, Papa Gorgio? Where is that con? Where is it? Where will we be doing that? Do you have you seen Invincible? I'm sure you have. Jason?
Oh, I'm sorry. You're talking to me. I zoned out drawing.
No, you're good. It's all good. I completely understand. Getting lost in the draw. You're probably not used to having conversations the whole time while.
Yeah, and I've been married a long time. So I know I sometimes accidentally zone out in conversation.
That's valid. Have you seen Invincible?
Invincible?
And Ryan Otley's the Amazon Prime show?
Like you said, event. Yeah, Invincible. Oh yeah, yeah.
Man, I'm looking forward to season 2 of that. That was a great show. That and The Boys. Have you seen The Boys?
Oh God, yeah, I love that show. That is awesome, and I don't know how it.
I'm hoping Spawn gets to that level of gore. I doubt it will, but I would love to see some superhero movie like universe like Spawn get that crazy. Maybe not that crazy. That's a little much.
Oh, that started the last season. I was like, wow. I don't know how. I mean, some of the stuff they do, I'm like, just in our day and age of the cancel culture, I'm like, I don't know how you guys have survived and have another season.
That's what it's interesting, though. It seems like all the stuff it's getting more popular. So I think it's coming back because people are realizing all the more crazy stuff is getting actual better reviews and better response from the
people. That show is crazy. All right.
Yeah. So how do you manage the kind of because there's different shades of that blue? I see how you just kind of it gave it like a cloud effect, a ripple effect.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of so it's not just this, just straight blue background. I want kind of that to even have some kind of movement in it.
I like that. Yeah. King Spawn Fire Crown. Don't let it, She Spawn, who said that they went to peace, said don't forget about the signature. at the end.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have it.
Good old John Hancock. Trying to pick up a couple books. Knoxville, Tennessee. Oh, what? Teach.
What's going on?
Knoxville, Tennessee. Ryan Otley's doing signings at Free Comic Book Day.
Oh wow.
We're like right here.
Yeah, you're like 2 hours away from there.
Yeah, I should buy some.
Is there anybody from Mississippi in here? Am I the only one?
Mississippi? Any Mississippi folk in here? Why do you ask?
I was gonna say I'm doing one. There's a store called Vans Comics, and I was talking about that Coheed and Cambria cover. Claudio from that, he has a comic called My Brother's Blood Machine, which I did an exclusive cover for it, and we're kind of having a release party for Free Comic Book Day next Saturday. And then I'll sell whatever's left over online, but that's kind of our little reveal. I was gonna say, if you're in that area or if you like driving, come on down.
Yeah, definitely. If you are in the area, go check it out. You post all the cons that you attend on your Instagram?
I do.
Yes,
And that-
I posted. I'm gonna post again up his Instagram. Make sure you guys go shoot him a follow. He always posts his sweet art. I think you got a picture of me on there somewhere.
I do, from last weekend.
Yeah. So if you guys look hard enough, you'll find a picture of let's see what I look like. I'm sure most of you might already know. Ooh, the colored pencil effect.
Mm-hmm.
I really like how many colors you use.
Yeah, I like it to be pretty bright and
Pops.
yeah, that's the word. Pop it.
Whoa, Papa Gorgio says he'll cook for us. TJ, you seeing this? We gotta send it out now. Look at that. Go out to Knoxville, get some signatures from Ryan Otley, and get some food cooked from Papa Gorgio. Sounds like a good day.
I'll be in Knoxville in a few months for a Fanboy Expo.
Heck yeah. Well, we'll have to. What is that called? Which expo?
Fanboy Expo. I did it last summer.
Fanboy Expo.
Yeah.
I'm looking it up right now. Knoxville Convention, July 7th.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And Todd's got a Todd's original drop coming up, so you'll be able to purchase one of those if you want. Todd does like some super like limited drops in the rewards currency for some sketches that he never really posts anywhere else.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's just cool. And that with that OCT, you'll be able to get some. I can help you with that if you're interested.
Oh yeah.
Fanboy, we got Kevin Smith and Jason Mewes. Wow. Samwise Genji's gonna be there. That's reason enough to go.
Let's say I gotta come.
Oh, Moff Gideon's gonna be there.
Oh wow.
Okay. A Tom Cruise lookalike is gonna be there. This guy is just straight Tom. Oh god, I gotta take a screenshot of this.
Well, you can't get the real one. Get the one who looks like.
His name is John Barrowman. John. Tell me this doesn't look like Tom Cruise on that right side picture. You're like adding on to your already established highlights with some yellow.
Mm-hmm.
You
want to give the flame here that's glowing the effect that the light's hitting everywhere. So I'm putting it over these other colors that I put so they kind of blend together a little bit.
You're right. That does look like Elon. It looks like, okay, hold on. I got to put up a side by side. What was the dude from the Arrow TV series?
Steven Arnell.
Yeah, Stephen Amell or something like that. Yep. He is Dark Archer. Oh, yeah. This guy's. Oh my gosh, you're so right. Tunnel Rat and Raw. I watched the whole. I don't even know how I didn't remember that. It's right there on the left. What was his name? He was like the dad, wasn't he? Like. Anyways, Kurt Angle. Oh wow.
They had the Golden Girls there last year.
That's pretty cool.
I mean, it was different. Like, yeah, it's Comic-Con or Golden Girls Con. There's a lot of older ladies there to see the Golden Girls.
That's awesome.
So I was like, hey, whatever brings them in, buddy.
You watch any CW shows? Flash, Arrow?
Oh yeah, I've seen them. Like, I'm telling you, I'm like that's like whatever. You put out a comic book TV show, video game, I'm in. For better or worse. I didn't really care for that Gotham Knights game that came out, but I don't know if did y'all play any of y'all play that game?
No, I never played Gotham Knights.
It was about
so bad.
like when's Batman show back up?
Gotham Knights. When did that come out?
Last year.
Is that bad?
Yeah, it was kind of boring. I mean, some of it was cool, but
Yeah, people concur with you saying it sucks. You see more Elon than Tom Cruise? You're right. That is that. That is so weird though. They look so similar. Gotham Knights, dumb Batman game with no Batman.
that's essentially what I thought. I agree with you. I mean, like 5 minutes, like cool. So is he going to come back to life and we're going to play as him? Because otherwise, I'm out.
He dies off the rip. That's
Oh yeah.
It makes no sense. I guess it's called Gotham Knights and not Batman. It's Gotham Knights. So it's not like it was trying to mislead you. Comes back at the end. Oh.
Oh, he does? Maybe I should have played it longer. How's this looking, y'all? What you think?
It's looking phenomenal, man. How does it look? How are you guys thinking this looks, fellas? Everyone in the chat. Let's hear. I can only. Yeah, can you try to maybe give us a overview for the PC viewers?
Yeah. So maybe when I get done, should I kind of take a picture and post it here?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think we're pretty much there.
Heck yeah, man.
When I get home, there'll be some digital color touch up stuff, but it pretty much going to be this.
Well, we would love to see you do the signature.
Oh yeah. I'll just hold the phone for that so we can get it right in there. 2 seconds. There we go. All right, so there he is. We're going to put the signature right here. I always put an 8 in there because that was like my father passed away a few years ago, and that was his lucky number, so I always put it in the middle.
That's cool. Wow.
Yeah.
There it is.
I'm going to show you this. It looks like in the wonderful, super nice hotel light.
That hotel lighting. Well, sweet. Yeah, everyone, this will be going up for a 1-1 auction, and the winner will get the physical as well. So it'll be cool because he's going to do some colors. It'll be a little different. It'll be like kind of 2 different variations of the same piece all in one.
Yeah, I'll kind of make the flames a little bit digital. But yeah, mostly it'll be kind of like this.
Heck
But
yeah,
this,
man.
awesome, guys. Well, man, appreciate y'all having me on here.
Of course.